Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Taking a quick look here at Dogecoin, seeing what's going on. We're gonna don't actually need to update our fibs here. We're gonna talk about why we don't need to do that, and of course, kind of look at some back-end liquidation data. So if you're new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I do love teaching people to trade. Really hope you can learn something here today. If you do want to become a better trader, again, CryptoCash.tech is a site, link down below. Quick congrats to our community members. We got some nice profits here, 80%. Yesterday from Atom, Audio 340%, Polkadot 111%, Filecoin 3 days 88%, 89% if you round up a little bit, and of course in SDI short we hit two targets there, technically upwards about 30-35% before it turned around. So awesome stuff, folks. Catching profits on either direction. But what we want to look at here is we'll look at the backend data really quick, but just to clarify, right now I have fibs drawn out from the most recent low to the most recent high. I don't update them until the candlesticks close, right? So you got to keep in mind, most of my fib levels are going to be drawn out on larger time frames. So it makes no sense to update the fibs until our daily candlestick closes. Okay, so that's generally the reason why you kind of see that looking a little funky. We'll double check that here in a minute though, because honestly, right now it's a lot of the things we want to look at are like the larger, bigger time frame scenarios here. In other words, we want to kind of pay attention to some key levels here, see if there's any specific resistances or supports based on previous daily candlestick closures. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull this one out here. There's a support somewhere in the range about pretty much just 15 cents even as a close approximate. We can see another case in point where we saw the price action come up to roughly about 19 cents there and couldn't get past. And we'll go ahead and draw out an egregious resistance level here too at the 27, 28 cent range. Okay. So again, these are just areas in which the weekly candlesticks closed. Okay. In fact, there's one last one here we can look at that provided some resistance for us. Okay. So again, the main reason of pulling those up is just to understand, generally speaking, where the price action could, average itself out. And we in a lot of cases, these situations like this occur where the price will stay range bound in between those different supports and resistances. So taking a look here at the weekly, let's go ahead and touch on this while we're here. Moving averages, we take a look at this. We're above all four. No surprise. Truly bullish in every stretch of the word. We've got a nice MACD convergence. We've got a stochastic RSI swing. And then, of course, money flow index isn't too far away from an extremely overextended RSI. Now, if we take a look at RSI in its past, take a look at this here. Last time RSI was this high, it was right at this range here when the price action broke free from that 113 mark. It's quite a purchase there if you got in right then. That's a good little guy there. But generally speaking, as you can see, if RSI comes up as high as it is right now, the price action is usually massively overextended. So truth is, we're pretty well overextended. Is the price just going to drop because of that? No, we want to look on smaller time frames to identify if that's if that's going to be a thing or not, right? So if you are new to the channel, you just got to recognize that overextension isn't the only reason to take a trade. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into play. So take a look at TD sequential here. This is an overextension, just to kind of clarify. We're hitting a 9 on TDS, basically letting us know we've moved in the same direction for 9 days straight. 9 is kind of a common number in trading that you'll see, or at least it's just an overextended amount of candles, basically. So simply put, 9 days ago the price was 8,500, and now it's 18,000. Okay, so that's a pretty significant increase, 120% in about a little over a week. So truth is, the price could pull back because of that, but is it guaranteed? No. Stochastic RSI is still swinging up, hasn't shown us any pullback just yet. Traditional RSI, money flow index, all these things are monstrously overextended. So again, larger time frames are good to help us understand the overall sense, but it's not going to let us know that we should probably sell or buy at this point. Okay, but again, it's a confirming factor, letting us know we're on the right side of tracks if you're in a long position. And I would recommend not shorting this coin. Don't short any meme coins right now. They're all going crazy right now. If you're taking a short on a coin like this, you're pretty much just gambling and hoping for the best. So kudos to you if you got in at that specific level that just hit, and you're up on it. You can post your 100x leverage trade on Twitter and be a badass online. But honestly, that's not going to help you at the end of the day to consistently make profit. So in this case here, what do we do to be consistent? Well, a lot of times you just avoid coins like this in its entirety. But generally speaking, we want to look at specific resistances. Once they're broken, then you consider. So here's hindsight for you folks. Price action comes up, rejects off this level, comes back down to retest the more recent high range, and now it comes up here to retest this level, breaks through, comes back down to jump off that fib level effectively to bounce off higher. Now I know that's not like an exact science by any stretch, but anytime a previous resistance level is retested, broken, and then retested again, that's a cause for entry. Okay, so right now we're not in a situation where we're breaking resistance level, we're retesting anything. it doesn't really seem like an appropriate time to get in. Again, that's just me not being a FOMO person. I don't like to FOMO in. I'll miss tons of opportunity, but I'd much rather take an opportunity with good confirmation. So the example I provided to you, good confirmation would have been breaking through that 0.5 fib level and effectively bouncing off that level, hitting that next low. Again, hindsight's 2020, but generally speaking, that would have been a good entry. We can take a look here. Of course, every reason to not take a short position because everything's massively, momentously pushing to the upside. There's zero reason to consider a short right now. Again, we're at a 7 on TD sequential. Keep this in mind. We're getting closer to an overextended state, again, on multiple time frames. As you increase the amount of overextensions on smaller, as times move on, you start getting confirming factors that the price will probably continue. Or, reverse rather. What I mean by that here is we're at a 7 on TD sequential. That basically implies that we've been moving in a direction about 40 hours in the same direction without correction. So again, that's quite a long time if you think about it, and ultimately the price action should turn around soon. Okay. Now, when you hit a 9 on TD sequential in the 4 hour, it's really common for the price to go sideways and down. So if you look here, we got an 8 here, price pulled back fairly significant. Hit a 6 at resistance, came back down, got a little reset. So I think we're due for a correction, but is it worth shorting into it? No, it would be better off to take a long if and when the price action pulls back here to bounce out the most recent high, the local high. Okay. Again, just some things to kind of think about. Hourly time frame. Let's go ahead and wrap this up here. Sorry, I'm getting a little wordy here today, folks, but I just get a lot of people coming over to my community asking for me to recover their accounts because they got super greedy, and it's really as simple as just taking profits while you can. So if you're in a profitable position right now, just adjust your stop loss higher. You don't necessarily have to close it. Maybe consider taking some profit because the likelihood of a turnaround is becoming greater based on overextension. Is that a reason to short? Definitely not. But it is a reason to consider securing some profits when you can. But if you take a look at the hourly here, there is no reason to take that kind of profit either, because everything is confirming that you want to leave your long position open. Okay. Again, lagging spans free and clear conversion lines well above the baseline. The cloud is consolidating here at this 0.236 level, and essentially letting us know that that 16-cent mark could be the next low. And if it is, then the price will bounce and pivot off that range. But once more, based on Elliott Wave and kind of what we see here so far, if this is the top, then the price will pull back to these more local highs, right? So yeah, somewhere in this range, we could very well see the price bounce. The last thing we want to look at too, of course, and this is just this is why I like to keep the fibs where they're at until the daily candlestick closes. If we reverse the fibs, we can see an instant rejection of that 1.272 level, leading me to believe that the price, if it does pull back, we could see a pivot or a bounce off 17.6 to move up to this 414.618 level. So the easy way to understand it here is that shorting this coin is risky. That's the bumper stick version here. And then taking a long, of course, is equally as risky, but you have a greater potential for success because everything's moving in that direction, right? So am I telling you to FOMO in right now? Definitely not. I wouldn't do it. I'm not touching these meme coins with a 10-foot pole for quite a while. I don't care if they go up 1,000%. I'm not a FOMO person, and that's okay. Everyone has different trading strategies. But if you're the kind of person that is like that, just make sure you secure profits as you move up, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a breakout trader, but there is something wrong with being a breakout trader that never takes profit, right? So again, just some friendly advice. We secure profit pretty consistently, as you can see here. Our trades just keep on piling up. Like there's tons and tons of opportunity. Like SHIB, for example, 240%. While it took us 6 months to get there, I don't care. That's fine. I'll be happy with 80% in 8 days too to offset that, right? Again, different strategies, but you gotta take a trade with a goal in mind. If you're taking a trade arbitrarily, hoping for the best, you're doing it wrong. Anyways, those are all things I teach in my trading academy. Check that out. If you are new to my community, of course, which we have a lot of new members, please read through our signals guide so you know how our signals work. And then, of course, make sure you watch my Trading University videos available on our homepage for our website. Just got to log in and go to Trading University. Simple as that. All right, folks. Hope you have a great rest of the day. Thanks again for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow if you haven't already. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.